So we're just gonna do hip bump sweeps and scissor sweeps. How many people use hip bump sweeps and scissor sweeps? All right, do you ever use them? Nah. It's a move. There are two moves that you use a lot at white belt and at blue belt sometimes, and then once you're like a purple belt or a brown belt, you kind of don't ever fucking do them again because they never work, right? But if you do them right, they work, and you'll get good people with them. And by right, I just want to break down for you guys. I don't like the name scissor sweep, and I don't like the name hip bump sweep. I don't think they're good descriptions of what you're actually supposed to do. If you're like how I was when I learned, people will teach a scissor sweep. They'll say, get your knee in here, right, and load this person way up, and bring them over their knee, and sweep them, right? Right? It's a nice fantasy to live in. That doesn't happen, especially with much bigger, stronger people than you, which is often who I'm training with. So whenever I'm looking at any move, I used to be at a Hoist Gracie Academy, and the company line was kind of like, you have to do it the way the coach said it. Oh, and it's like the longest, most terrible game of telephone, right? But who knows what we're actually supposed to be learning. So what I do on any technique is I think about, well, what is my goal? So my goal in a sweep is to mess up his balance. Hopefully mess up his balance enough that he falls all the way over. Doesn't always, but it's still good if I just can mess up his balance. When I'm looking at either a hip bump sweep or a scissor sweep, be real strong here on your knees, right? If I push him this way, I'm never gonna knock him over. If I push him this way or this way, I'm never gonna knock him over. But if I just do this, it's very easy, right? So I'm just pushing his cute little butt cheeks, over his heels and making him sit like a mermaid, right? And his balance is really bad. So that's all I'm looking at on these sweeps. And then the thing to do is to think, well, what's the strongest way to do that? Right? What's the strongest way? So for me, the strongest way to get him over his heels is not to lift him up like this. That's the opposite of what I'm trying to do. It's to hip extend in, right? I push his butt over his heels, and then it's very strong to turn my hips down. But I don't want this post near the floor, so I'm going to go ahead and make him suck his own thumb. Make sense? And then when I do it, I'm just going to point my hips where I want them to go. And it's very, 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 very easy. And it shouldn't be hard at all. You shouldn't have to lift this 300-pound person up. You just make them go like this. Perfect. Right, so one more time. Let's do it this way. I'm going to get a sleeve grip or a wrist grip. Actually, I like to grab a bone instead of a... This moves. This doesn't. Inside collar grip. Turn in and go directly across the belt and hook his hip. Go more than you think you need to. You're in here. Everything's tight. Extend. Turn your hips down. Follow him right up. And then cross collar choke the Jesus out of him. All right. Easy? You guys want to do it? I don't clap. Go. This guy's good. Yeah, it's good. Drive this. Now just turn your hips down. Very good. Did everybody get that pretty easily? Did it feel efficient? Like that's what I'm always looking for, right? But what's the strongest motion I have? Extending my hip, right? It's the second strongest motion I have, turning my hip. So if I can make my sweep that, it's going to be very helpful. The name of the class is Scissor Sweeps and Hip Bump Sweeps That Work. That doesn't mean you get the sweep all the time. I think this is a real problem, even for people who've been training a long time. You go for a sweep, it doesn't work, and you're like, oh, it didn't work. No, it worked. It always worked. Even if it doesn't work, it worked, right? So when I am in here and I go to toss him and he doesn't let me, maybe he's real strong. We'll pretend. Right? Did my sweep work? Do you think?
I hope so.
I think it worked because he just gave me his armpit right here, right? It gave me something I wanted, right? So you don't need 100% success to have it been successful. So when I see people do these, especially when they're bad at them, it looks like this. And they go back flat to their back and they reset. Yeah, you stop being a fish. Thank you. Right? And they posture up, and then you're back to zero. Right? So just if it doesn't work, just it worked. You did great. Even if you just made them put their arm out. Does that make sense? Hip bump sweep. Exact same thing, right? We're doing this. It's very easy. You can do it with one finger. I think it's a wrestling sweep, and I think in wrestling, you'll see this taught. They say you have to get your hips higher than their hips, right? You got to get up here, and you got to. That's why I don't like the name hip bump sweep. You got to pop them in the chest with your whatever your business you got going on is. I feel like that becomes very easy to counter, and people get postured up for me. Thank you. So, what are the problems here, and what am I trying to do? Well, these posts are a problem, right? If I try to come up, I'm not going to come up, right? Well, if I just point my knee at my calf and turn to my side, they're not really a problem anymore. Right? I'm going to come up, and I'm going to take my disgusting armpit from sweating at the club last night, get it right in here, right? And I'm going to sit on his leg. How many people lift up your butt? How many people have been doing a hip bump sweep and a giant white belt just come up, does this? How many times? Every freaking time, right? It's annoying. Just sit on their leg. They can come up. It's real easy. Now, squeeze them like you love them. Right? Keep your head position good. Squeeze them like you love them. Tight. Collect the arm. Slide his butt over his chest. And bring it down. Easy and fast, like a marsupial. Right? So we're in. We're gonna turn. We're gonna do a Turkish get-up. Right? So we're gonna turn here, and it's very strong. Like this motion, it's very strong. Hard to stop. Get your head position good. Sit on his leg like you love him. Start squeezing. Remember, I'm going this way and then that way. Smush him. Because he drank a lot last night. Easy? All right, let's get that one down and then we'll start playing. And now, here we go. Boom. Beautiful. Yeah, was that pretty easy? It shouldn't be super hard. You guys are pretty good at jiu-jitsu. I'm just focusing on what's the strongest way to accomplish my mission, and for both of these, it's just that. That's it. However, I saw a lot of people forgetting to capture the arm, and just remember, anytime you're sweeping anybody, like it's like a table, right? You need to get rid of at least one post. It's good if you can get two, but if you try to sweep and you leave their arm free, they just put their hand down, and that's not the end of the world, right? It's actually kind of a nice trap. If they put their hand down. But any questions so far? Yeah.
Your style is showing us to kind of slide the person.
Yes.
Where previously it seems like they put emphasis on lifting.
Yes.
Why that difference?
My contention is that they are wrong. And I'm not saying that to be like, when do people learn scissor sweeps and hip bump sweeps?
First class.
First class, white belt, right? Mm-hmm. How many black belts do you know who then go back to those moves and get a black belt understanding of them? Or are they still operating on their white belt understanding? And that is what I think. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't really use hip bump sweeps. I hear black belts say that all the time. I don't use scissor sweeps, they don't work. I beg to differ. I get a lot of them. Why? It's easy. You're too small. Come here. Sorry, no offense. Like, it's not impressive if I can bump you over with my hips, right? Here, if I come up on this kind of very traditional high one, right, this way, it seems like good leverage, right? In wrestling, it's good. All I need is his back to hit the mat, right? Boom. And he's gonna land, right? But in jiu-jitsu, I'm not connected. I have no control over his hips. He's gonna be shrimping his legs out. He's gonna be regarding me. He's gonna be trying to open me. He's gonna be trying to do all that, right? But if I stick on him like a spider monkey, right? And no matter how big he is, when I get in here, I can always slide his butt over his heel. And then he's very like, oh, it's already so tight, right? His life sucks now. That's what I want. right? The position that I end up in is just as important, if not more important, than me getting him over. Right? It's not helpful for me to get him over, and then my mount sucks. It's like pool. Like I hit the ball in the pocket, but I better make sure the cue ball goes somewhere nice. Makes sense if anybody plays pool. Does that answer your question? Yeah, and it's not wrong to do the other. I mean, I said that as a joke. It's not wrong. If it works, it's good jiu-jitsu. This works better, in my experience. Any other questions? I want this to be a very question-oriented. What if they do blank, and make it a thing that they do. What's up?
Oh yeah, we're going there. You said if he posts his arm on that hip bone, it brings you into something nice.
Oh shit, yeah.
Can we see what that is?
Yeah, I call this the never-ending story. When I teach it to kids, because this was my entire blue belt game. I didn't do anything else. Right? Usually I would break their posture down. Right? They would come up because they're so strong. I would ride them up, and I'd sit here. Oh no, I forgot your arm. Right? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna Kimura the shit out of him, right? It's gonna be awful. I'm gonna put my chest on his elbow, right? Put it here so it's locked. I'm gonna wrap and grab, and I'm gonna stick my butt at that camera so get a good close up. Right? And I'm gonna, when you hold here, pull it all very tight to you. Turn your body, not your arms. Don't do this. Right? Everybody does that. Don't do it. Just turn. Right? Most of you have seen that. I hope. When you're doing any Kimura, save yourself a whole lot of people getting out of Kimuras and losing Kimuras by recognizing the most important thing in this move is that his elbow is on my sternum and that it never leaves there. So dive right on it. Good enough. Right? That's good. Right? People won't escape anymore and you won't have to do other stuff. It's nice. You guys all done that before? You want to do it again? Go play. Have fun. Ask me questions after. So the one thing I'm seeing, I didn't say it very well, but the one thing like a lot of people are kind of messing up and it'll get you in problems, don't finish flat on your back. When you're doing a Kimura, get out to your side. Stick your butt way out there. It's much, much easier. Like Will has great pressure. I don't think I can Kimura him flat on my back. I think he's just gonna smash me. But if I'm on my side, it's hard because like he's this way and I'm over here, you know. So get on your side, stick your butt out, shake it a little bit, and keep going.
Great posture. Post back up.
No. Yep, driving back anyway. Yeah, there you go. Now you're ready.
Here and posts. There. All right.
Now from right here, you're gonna keep that elbow on your chest. All right. What else do people do when you do this? Go for a hip bump sweep. What happens?
Sometimes when you go for the Kimura, they posture up and you can go actually back to the hip ups.
Ah, it's funny. It's almost like it's a never-ending story. What else? They drive in, right? Especially the strong, explosive people, they drive in. Their goal is to push you down. Very easy. It's a simple plan. It's not a bad plan. Let me get up here. Right. It's not a bad plan. He's just going to push me down. Ah! Right? Okay. It's my favorite when they do that. I pretend like you ever see like in a superhero movie where they punch him and they go flying? I'm going to pretend like he's a superhero. So when I feel him push in, I'm going to shoot my butt way back here. Put my ear on his back. Right? This all just connects in. Reach in for my guillotine grip. If you're just drilling with your partner here, just pull your elbows in. Keep your head down. If you can see their neck, one second. If you can see the back of their neck, your guillotine sucks. Right? Have you ever watched a UFC fight and a guy's stuck in a guillotine, not tapping? Did you ever notice you could see their neck is bent at a weird angle and you're like, oh, necks aren't supposed to bend like that. Well, you shouldn't know. That's why he's not tapping. If you can see his neck, he's okay. Cover it up with everything. He is not okay. Right? It's going to be fast. Now, for the sake of finishing the drill correctly against a resisting person, We bring it in, we're gonna grab here, right? You can grab a number of different ways. You can get real fancy with guillotines. Once you get in and you attach to the carotids, you pull in. Now I'm just gonna put his forehead right on the ground. And then I'm gonna rock the baby. Right? Oftentimes you see people try to like pop the head off like a daisy. It might work, might not. But when you rock the baby to sleep, works every time. Okay? So come up on my hip bump sweep. This guy's got special superpowers from this beautiful gi. So when he drives in, it's like, oh shit! I'm way back here. Instantly, way back. Shoulders in front of my ass. So I'm a kickstand. Right? Grab everything in, pull it in tight, put his head on the floor. Rock the baby. Easy enough? Go choke the shit out of each other. Really don't want him to pass to that side. Right?
Yeah, so I have to
Remember, as it put his forehead on the ground and lift that leg at the same time. Boom.
Yeah, that's not
It's a little loose here, right? It's okay. Come back up. So, look, there's 150 billion ways to finish a guillotine choke, and they all have really good reasons. Like Marcelotines are great because, especially like old school Gracie guys like me, when you guillotine me, I like to throw my arm over your shoulder. You'll never guillotine me. Marcelo puts his elbow over so your arm can't go, right? Like, so there's a lot of different things, and you're gonna hear a lot of things, and they're probably all right. They're probably all good for different spots. Some things just aren't good at all. If somebody tells you to grab your hands like this or something on your guillotine, it's probably bad advice. Maybe they have a good reason for it. I don't know.
I'll show you why.
The thing that I saw the most people do was that they weren't shooting their butt back enough, right? So line drills in the gym suck. I don't do them for warm-ups because I think real jiu-jitsu should be the warm-up. But, caveat, I like to do this as a drill for myself. I like to get up the best way and shoot the butt back. And then lay back down. So in the mornings before I teach, you'll catch me there a lot, right? Because I want to get really good at backing that ass up. Right? So if you want to learn to get up, like a stronger way to get up to your base there, that's a much better way to do it. And if you were having trouble getting your shoulders in front of your hips, over time you'll get more flexible. Okay? These all go together, right? So that's why we call it the never-ending story. I come up on my hip bump sweep, right? He pushes in. I go here. He's like, hell no, you're not choking me today. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna pull back. You just got choked. Good job. Pull back.
Oh, pull back.
Yeah, right? He doesn't want to get choked. Okay, good. Oh, he posted his hand. Okay, good. Right? He pushes in because he doesn't want to get choked. Okay, good. Right? Forever. And don't get married to any of those, if you know what I mean. I don't care which one works. I'm just going to keep going until one does. Oh, that was cool. Feel good?
Amazing. I couldn't hear what you said there.
Oh, that's my So those are all very common things on a hip bump sweep. A lot of the more common things, like people lifting up, like, I hate that. But if you sit on their leg, they can't do it, right? They just can't. And it's actually really hard for them even to drive in when you really squeeze on their hips and get your drive. Okay, so some of them will be not as much of a problem just because you're doing a better version of it. How about scissor sweeps? Why do they suck?
You open the guard and then
Like what does the bad guy do?
he pinches the legs.
Faces out, goes back, faces out.
Goes back, bases out, pinches the legs. Let's start with pinches the legs together because it looks cool. And I don't play knee shield because of this. We always say mermaids don't have guards, right? If I can get your knees together, you don't have a guard, right? Heather Rafter says that. I love it. It's like the truest thing ever. So especially big people, when I go here, this looks very vulnerable, right? Because he can just smash down on my legs. But then, like, I just get to be more stylish. I wouldn't roll like that. That was really dumb. No offense, Nelson.
It's all right.
He's gonna break his own neck. I'm just opening him this way. I didn't push him to a front roll at all. So I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. I'm not going over. I'm going out. Yeah, that's the way I was going.
Wow.
Right? I'm just right here. This is great. I love this for him. Right? Should I do the other side?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Right, so when I come in for my scissor sweep, oh no, he's so strong. I'm just gonna grab whatever, it doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna open my knee like a door. Alright, and this is a great position. This is nice on his face. North, south strokes, whatever you want, whatever you feel good.
You're not worried about him posting out. But
I love that. Is such a good question, and it's actually one of my favorite answers in all of jiu-jitsu. On this one, I don't care if he posts his hands at all, because I am moving his hips towards the ceiling. What happens if he tries to keep his chest pointed to the ground? Yeah, it's great. So the post doesn't really help him, which is so great question. He posts his hand, right? I'm turning his hips. Right, he has to go. There's no. As you feel how you just can't hold it. It's not possible. Everybody got, it's very easy, right? It's literally just this. That's it. Go.
Hey, I'm just here. Oh god. Okay, so here. Come this way. And you smash. Smash me hard. Go ahead. Put your weight on. Put your weight on. Yep. Okay.
Did everybody get that? That one feels really, really nice when you get it. Like it fills your belly a little bit, and they feel stupid, which is always my goal. It's like, yeah, if I beat you, I don't give a shit. But like, if I can do something that looks cool in front of my friends, that's a real win. What else? What do people do to your scissor sweeps?
I really like scissor sweeps, but sometimes people, instead of driving forward, it's usually like some of the newer people or people who really want to stand up. They'll just like get really far back and go real back, and it's I feel like if I let go, they're gonna charge in. If I
know exactly what you mean.
yeah.
And it's one of the cool things about scissor sweeps in general is that I'm already on my side, right? So what is my actual goal? Is my actual goal to scissor sweep him?
Get on top.
It's to get on top or submit him, right? So always just go back to your mission statement, because he's making big mistakes, right? If I have this and he starts running back like that, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Come up and choke, absolute, right? He's giving me everything else. And this is what I'm saying, don't get married to the move, right? If you encounter resistance, in order, your question should be very quickly, can I beat that resistance, right? If it's too much work, don't worry about it. And then should be like, well, what did they give me? They took something away, they gave me something, right? And so this is why, in the way that I'm doing the hip bump sweep and the scissor sweep, it always works, because there's no move they can do that doesn't give me something else, right? But nothing works in a vacuum by itself. I can't just say, oh, I tried to do my scissor sweep and it didn't work. Well, yeah, we just drilled it for an hour and they're probably going to defend it. Like, what did you do when they defended it? I laid back on my bed. That's probably not the right move. Right? So when they pull back, and people will stop doing that soon, but like you said, brand new white belts will do it.
Yeah, or people like good wrestlers will be confident.
When they just pull straight back, even if they grab your legs, right? As long as you're not skipping your Gracie self-defense, with your technical stand-up, right? And we're in. No problem. I can do all kinds of this.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Kill that guy. Yeah, I just kill him. You okay? I'm sorry.
great.
I didn't even do it hard. What else do they do? So they pull back. That one's maybe a little hard, but you guys want to do something hard?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, it's not hard, but it's kind of easier since you know. People will step. And this is one of the things you're just going to learn over time. Like, what did they give me? Right? When this one comes up, what did he give me? He gave me this. Just make sure this one can't go anywhere. We call it the Ferrari door sweep, because it looks like you're opening up the Ferrari door. And it works best if they have one foot up, but it can go either way. Like if this foot goes up, I'm gonna go this way. Right? It looks cool, right? Charles Harry does that to me all the time. Sure. So when they stand up, for now, let me just show you what you do too. Let's just, to keep it simple, once this comes in, let's say they stand up 1 foot. Right, and you have to get to this one with this one. Right, and then just control this one. And I'm going. Yeah, it lands you in a nice spot. It's pretty easy. It looks cool and it's easy. The best. Go. Do it. Can I tell you a secret too? Like, that's very cool. That counter's very cool. Just scissor sweep them anyway. Right? If you did your, if you did the move, can I borrow you? If you did the move right, this is a very important lesson, and I'm gonna make it inappropriate on purpose so you don't forget it. Okay, I'm not doing. Right? When I set this up, whenever I'm doing a throw, whether it's a throw standing or a throw on the ground, he goes where I point my junk. Crotch light. Exactly, it's my crotch light. If I point this way, I'm trying to throw this person. That's too much work. I want him here, right? So even if he stands his leg up, you're not standing that one up, right? There's no way because I'm turned down. You're only going to be able to stand up the other one, right? Maybe both. It's not gonna work because my hips are on him. This one is probably not coming up. It's probably gonna be this one. Maybe both. You'll get both for sure. No problem. He's strong. But, and the other thing is, to be honest, a lot of you are stretched away. This is one of the things, and this is why I don't like that it's called scissor sweep. It makes people think that they want to do this. Not really. It's not really that. I want to be in, underneath them, tight, good head position, everything's in tight. And when I extend, I just turn me. Right? He's going. I didn't even do anything, right? I tried to overdo it. I didn't move my legs at all. And I'm on top.
You say extend, but what's extending?
Yeah, thank you, because you can't see it. Hip extend. It's very strong. Right? It's not, and that's how I'm getting his butt back. Makes sense. This is much strong. It's a much stronger way to do the exact same thing. Might as well do it stronger. Okay. So honestly, if you do your scissor sweep well, them standing up shouldn't be too much of a problem because they have to give up a little bounce to stand up. Get them there. Right. The other thing is timing. When do you go? Like on both of these sweeps, right? Jiu-jitsu, do the right thing at the right time. Can I borrow you? I'll show you the exact wrong time to do a scissor sweep. I'm not gonna do it hard. Right? If I'm here and I'm training with somebody who's bigger and stronger than me, and his posture is all the way up, and we've been here for 3 minutes, this is not my time to do this. It's not my time. Right? My time is probably, right, maybe I'm starting to re-guard. Right, right, maybe there. Does that make sense? Probably not. I didn't do a good job explaining it. It's good to do my scissor sweep in the transition, not in the position. Another secret. It's good to do every sweep, all of them, in the transition, not in the position. My students tell me all the time, how do I get out of mount once they have me? I'm like, well, you pack a lunch. Right? Because you have a lot of work to do before you can escape, right? It's very hard to sweep somebody when they're, especially you get those old Hydra Gracie style guys. They get here and they're just looking at you. You can't do anything. It's like iron brick. But use a series, right? Go for the scissor sweep. It's not gonna work, but it's gonna open up the arm. It's gonna do something. Does anybody else mess up your scissor sweeps in any way? I want you guys to use them. Right. Let's finish with because the only other thing I had in here was this idea of putting things together. I think is very important. Can I borrow you? because these are gonna fail, right? Fail, and they always work. My favorite thing right now, and I don't know why, I've been doing this like every single day. I've been doing this scissor sweep, right? And then I've been switching immediately to omoplata. Like I don't even finish if I can. I let them push in, right? And I just bring my junk up into his armpit, right? Turn and kick. All right, I'm gonna put you through the ground. Right, once I kick, his shoulder's on the ground, he's not going anywhere. He's stuck. All those cool rolls and everything. No, not today. Yeah, you look awesome, right? I kind of lay here, cause we can't get into it. It's too much. But once I'm here, can you guys all finish an omoplata from here, however you finish it, or do you need to see it?
Usually we turn the legs to the right, our legs to the right.
Yeah, just come up. All right, S your legs together. If they want to stay here, I don't care. It's right. People try to stay like that. I always think that's a bad idea, but it's a bad idea to go flat too. So do whichever one you want. Okay. So the what makes this work is that I already have this hand, and I'm already in. Right. Every time I go this way, they push this way, right? So I just, okay, he pushes, but with it, right? Sorry, if you resist, I gotta do it. Does that make sense? Everybody can do that? I do that all the time right now, and I'm amazed it works when I do it. It's too easy. Go for it, chain it together into like a one smooth boom, boom, okay? Go. All right, so look, none of these moves are super complicated or magical, right? So you can leave class thinking like, I learned a couple moves, or you can think, I learned something, figure out what the goal is, figure out what the best way to do it is, right? The chances that, wherever class you're in, that's the best way for you is actually kind of small, right? But if my goal is to push his arm to his face, I promise you, this is not the best way. Right? If I want to get rid of this post, this is not the best way. I'm bringing it to the ground. Right? This is better to get rid of the post. It's never getting to the ground, right? This is even better, right? Because I have a bone that I can hold. Does this make sense? Do that in all your techniques. Every single one. If the goal is to isolate the arm, whatever way you learned it, do that, sure. But also think, is there a better way? Can I do a better way to do that? If the goal is to turn their hips, do it the way you learn it. Is there a better way? If you guys all came back next time I saw you and you're like, I found a fucking better way to do a scissor sweep, I'll be like, cool, show me, please. I just want to know. Yeah, but any very last questions? We got like 1 minute.
For the one where you have to reach over to the other post, I think it was the second.
Ferrari door sweep?
Yeah. If they're hiding that arm, is like.
Where are they hiding it?
They're just like super far out, or they're kind of like pressured in, or you just, for whatever reason, that you're not able to.
There's only a very small area where that post is a post, right? Mm-hmm. If it's way over here, okay.
Just sweep them anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right, it's only a useful post in maybe about that much space.
Okay. So if it's not within the range
Yeah,
of
if they
grabbing,
put their hand behind their back, they're like, ha,
Okay.
you can't, well, just sweep them.
Gotcha. It makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good. Can we get a picture and then get out of here? Is that cool for you guys? Sweet. Let's do it.